Hoping this is working. Oop. Hello, hello! It's time for Durin day number 2. I am trying a new thing with my stream where I'm adding a chat overlay. I have no idea if it's gonna work or not, so I guess we're gonna find that out. But time to start number 2, day number 2 of Durin. So I'm gonna go find him. He's down there. Oh, that's yeah. Isn't this where I left?
Flowers haven't bloomed yet.
Well, I should go fix him. Sorry about that, buddy. Don't normally do that, but that was a complete accident. So let me go fix him. He'll be okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now we can start. Now we can start the story here of what's going on here. Yeah, I think I broke the overlay. That's okay. I'll eventually fix it. I think I put the overlay on. That's alright. Anyways, we gotta start the story, so. I'll have to mess with that overlay later and see if it can work. Alright, so let's get down here and not accidentally kill my character, so here we go. There we go.
Hey, Durin! Any more clues for us? We're all set for the next chapter.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I was just about to come find you. Let's see what it says.
Now sprout to life the story's seeds, stirred by wind-born melodies. Then on that breeze the music leaves, fading into distant memories. Seek the place where wind and tale entwine, and once there, make 3 riddles into verse, and 3 melodies into song. For in poetry and song will this story start to blossom.
I have a feeling we're gonna go find Tone Deaf Bard.
Come on! Another riddle? All that talk about wind and melodies? What do you think the answer could be?
Wind, melodies, Mondstadt. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh!
Yeah.
Care to elaborate?
Wind, music, poetry. Tone Deaf Bard's gotta know the answer.
Yep.
You mean Lord Barbados?
Ah, you know too.
Albedo introduced us when I first arrived in Mondstadt. I mean, someone like me was bound to catch his eye sooner or later.
It's better that it's out in the open anyway. Now, how should we track him down?
I don't think we need to track him down. I think he tracks us down.
I'm pretty sure he's already caught wind of what's going on here. Why don't we just see where the wind takes us?
Ah, right. He definitely makes it easy to forget he's a real god sometimes.
Yeah. It's not exactly the most serious of archons, but that's alright. Alright, where does he want us to go? Way? Alright. Here we go. This way. This way. Alright.
Traveler, Paimon! What a sight for sore eyes! Ah, and the little dragon from the fairy tale world.
Yup. There he
I heard your
is.
voices calling out to me on the wind. Something about needing help with a riddle?
Yeah, the wind puns are magical. You know, there's actually a character in this game who, it's all about puns. I don't know when we'll next see him. His name is Sino. But I guess, Durin's got a little bit of the puns from him.
Sorry to disturb you, Lord Barbados.
Disturb me? Not at all! To tell you the truth, I'm just as curious about this riddle as you are. Let me take a look.
What is it? Did you figure
3 riddles and 3 melodies. That sure takes me back. The answer you seek lies hidden in memory.
Looks like running to Tone Deaf Bard was the right call after all.
Long ago, those mages came to Mondstadt, seeking to test their strength against mine. But I replied, let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song. So I strummed my lyre and sang them this verse. Oh wind, welcome now, my guests. Pass through verdant leaves unseen, where shape your formless self may take, and offer up a graceful scene, a fleeting gift for welcome's sake. Leap at the edge of a sea of clouds, where land meets sky and sky meets ground. There frighten off the noisy crowds and bring my guests a calm profound. Fly beneath the stars up high, where mortal noise is swept aside, that my dear guests with starry eyes may share the dreams they hold inside. Now go to where I vowed to keep a quiet spot for them to sleep. No clash, no contest bars the way.
Hello.
Just tea and mirth to fill the day. There you have it, the 3 melodies. As for the answers to those 3 riddles, I trust you can guess them by now.
Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello.
The woods, the edge of a cliff, and the sky?
Correct. Funnily enough, your mother was also the first to solve it, all that time ago. There must be some kind of special rapport between those who write stories and those who sing them.
The woods, a cliff, and the sky. Oh! So that's where it is!
I suppose the spot that answer points to is where you're headed next. You should know, after solving my riddle, the mages even accepted my proposal and made that location their official meeting spot. And going by what your book is suggesting, once you found it, you might want to try playing the melody I just shared with you.
Guess you can be pretty reliable when it counts, huh? Great Animal Archon?
Thanks for the help, Lord Barbados.
Still got questions for me, huh?
Yeah, you must have read countless tales in your time, being a wandering bard and all. In your experience, why might an author consider a story unfinished?
It's all good if you have no clue about what kind of game this is. It is a gacha game. You're absolutely correct. That's completely fine if you don't know anything about it. Honestly, the my other viewer here that showed up for the first time yesterday is never played this game or actually knows anything either. So I kind of can tell you a little bit about the lore if that interests you at all. We're pretty much going through the whole story of Durin at the moment. This is the second day of what I call Days of Durin, since it takes literally 5 days apparently to do his entire character story quest. So you're all good. Don't worry about it.
Unfinished? Well, I guess if there's something left to accomplish in the story, or, oh! If the last line goes, "To be continued."
Huh?
Well, your helpfulness lasted for like 1 second.
In all seriousness, I would think the answer to that question lies in your mother's story itself. It's not my place to pry any further.
All right, then. We should get going.
Alright. Here we go. It's been a while since I've been to this spot that they're talking about. Oh, you know the story but never played? Yeah, funny enough, I actually started playing this game kind of later on, actually. I want to say it was right before Sumeru when I started playing. But, I don't know. I enjoyed the story and I enjoy the environments and the music, so I played the game mostly for that. I mean, there's some characters where I do actually really like their gameplay, considering I pretty much literally, main Tainari. So.
Okay, we're
He's
here.
not meta, but that's okay.
Now,
I still like
We
him.
just need to play the 3 melodies, and we should be able to gather the memories for the next chapter, right?
A musical performance. Out of all the things Miss Lisa has taught me, that's the one I'm worst at.
Leave it to me. I might not be the most musical, but hey. We gotta do things, right? Okay. Still. Okay, we got another one. Why is it not doing what I want? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Is that why? Hold on. Why is my controller not working now? Oh, I think I see. Hold on. Doing it completely wrong. I forgot about this. Oh, my bad. Been a while since I played one of the instruments in Genshin. Oh. Crap, we got another one. I'm like trying to read what you guys are saying, but at the same time it's like, okay, I gotta... Oh, darn it, I messed it up. Hold on. Okay, that should do it. For in poetry and song will this story start to blossom. Alright, we got Act 2.
Even a war that shook the world could not halt the witches' gatherings. Yet even so, with the passing of time, 3 of their teacups no longer came to be set. The witches did not linger long in sorrow, for the story witch had brought glad tidings of her own. Born was her dragon child, safe and sound.
You have it.
Her fellow
Oh, okay,
witches
never mind.
offered up their blessings, eagerly debating how to celebrate the child's birth.
Alright. What should be used to celebrate his birth? I'm trying to also... Oh, thank you for subscribing! Yippee! I didn't get the notification. I'm still like partially setting up some parts of the stream so that it gives me like a whole lot more notifications, but half the time I also break the stuff, so that also works since this is actually the first time I tried to put it so that chat would actually appear on the stream, which it very much didn't, so I gotta fix that for tomorrow. Alright, so he said it's in your bucket list. I'd highly recommend Genshin. Like, you don't need to be like into the huge like meta and all that. I'd say like, you know, for sure, like, you know, I play Tainari mostly as my main. He's the fox man from Sumeru. But like, I don't know, I highly recommend it. I just really like, you know, all the different stories and all the different environments, all the music, and then you got like, you know, if you're smart, you can play it for free without like having to be like crazy with trying to get like every single new character. So you gotta be probably a little bit smart on that, but like I think I've been saving up for like 2 months and a half for Columbina specifically. So, all right, what do you guys think we should celebrate his birth with? Some balloons or some sweet candy? What are you guys thinking? I don't have a Discord yet since I'm so, like, brand new. I will eventually set one up, though. I'm not, like, a huge, like, VTuber. Like, I know, like, some VTubers just... They just appear and, the whole world is there for it. Me? Nah. I am here. I'm chilling. I think I want to start out slow so that I can build up some confidence here. You want... Okay, you're thinking balloons? Let's go with some balloons.
In the end, they settled on the most vibrant balloons they could find. After all, what could be more joyous than the arrival of new life? And so, the witches' gathering turned into a birthday celebration.
So, we're back in the story world, huh?
This is what Simulanka used to look like. Or similar to it, at least. Sweet candy. That's okay. I mean, look, it looks like a guy, he has some mangoes in a little basket over there, but it looks like he has some sweets on the table. You know what, he gets both. He can have both balloons and the sweet stuff.
As if from nowhere, new guests appeared at the witch's table. Perhaps they too had come to celebrate the dragon child's birthday. Yet while everyone else was busy thinking about what kind of gift to offer, these three seemed to have come empty-handed. Hardly the recipe for a warm welcome to a birthday party, now is it?
A gift?
Hey, what's this all about? We only just found out this was a party.
Yeah, mangoes are nature's candy. Mangoes are probably one of my favorite fruits, actually.
While the guests voiced their complaints and grievances, perhaps they should have been wondering what kind of gift to give instead.
So, we need to bring a gift to advance the story? But where are we supposed to get something like that?
Perhaps it would be a good idea to have a look around.
Why didn't you just say so?
Oh, there he is, little dragon man. Alright. I mean, I can't go wrong with mangoes, but I don't know if that's a... Oh!
Hey, could we use these as gifts, maybe?
There's some flat mangoes. Maybe not the mangoes. That might be... Because they're very circular looking. Now, those are some flat looking mangoes. Maybe that's a different fruit.
At last, the guests found something to give the dragon child.
Guess that's a yes then. Which one should we go for?
I would say let Durin choose, honestly.
Still, the guests wondered, what kind of gift might the little dragon really want? Should they put a warrior's sword in his hand and send him out on an unstoppable quest to save the world?
Maybe they are papayas. I don't think I've actually ever tried papayas before. Are they flatter? Like the ones that were in that basket?
Or perhaps a wandering hero's slingshot and the promise of a life of endless, uncharted adventure. Or maybe even a scholar's tome and the chance to take on all the world's unsolved mysteries.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of pressure all of a sudden.
Oh, what do you think, Durin?
Oh yeah, only picking a gift for you, so which one would you prefer?
You want me to choose? Wow, this feels kind of special.
My favorite Genshin character? By far, my favorite Genshin character is Tainari. You find him in Sumeru. Pretty much the first time I saw Tainari when I was first starting Genshin, I was like, okay, I think he's gonna be my main. And I guess what I also find, like, super cool about Tainari is, when you do get to see him as a character, he's so sassy, and he's sarcastic in his own interesting way. And I guess what's also cool is that the voice actor for Tainari was actually the child actor for the, oh, I forgot his name, but he's the main character in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The child actor is the person that, voices Tainari. So I think that's pretty cool. Considering I also, like, sort of grew up watching the live action of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, it's really cool. One of my favorite things is that you can actually, if you used to watch Among Us, a lot of the, Genshin voice actors will actually play Among Us, and the first time, I think it was the first or second time that he actually played, he had no idea what he was doing. And it was just so funny because Erica, who voices Venti, was trying to guide him, and it was just, she's just yelling at him, and he can't figure out how to walk. He couldn't figure out most of the buttons. Eventually he figured it out, but, like, I don't know. I think that moment also, like, just watching the voice actor kind of be silly also made me be like, yep, Tainari's my guy. So, if you ever get the chance to actually see him in-game and see how sassy he is and how much he has to put up with Sino and Sethos and how he takes care of Kale, I just think that, you know, he's a really cool character. Even though he has judgment on people when they incorrectly eat the incorrect mushrooms found in the forest, and he has to fix them because they're poisoned or something. So, there's that. Alright. Let's see what Durin picks here.
How come?
For as long as I can remember, I've spent most of my time living in the stories my mother created. I always thought my mother had everything written out for me already, just like the toy figures in Constellation Metropole. What I wanted to do with my own future. Huh. That's something I've never really thought about. What did I want back then? Ah, this is the first time I've ever asked myself that question.
Sounds like this is the perfect opportunity to answer it then. It's been a while since you left Simulanka, and after everything that's happened, it might be about time to start thinking about your future.
Then let me give it some thought.
Where am I from? Well, I'm in the US, and I'm in the imaginary realm of that. Considering I am an imaginary friend, so I can be anywhere, anytime at all. But most of the time, I like to hang out in my imaginary friend realm, and occasionally come out into the real world disguised, and just kind of hang out. If that makes sense. My, original, I guess, person that created me was in the US, so that would be why I guess I hang out around the US, even though I'm not technically tethered to that person anymore. But hey, that's alright. I get to still make people smile. Alright. Choose a gift for the little dragon. Whoop, wrong way. Just wanted to go down. Okay, there we go. Thor, Scholar's Tome, Wandering Heroes. I don't know why. I feel like, considering he's by stories all the time, let's give him something a little different. I think his main weapon is a sword, if I remember correctly. Let's give him a sword. See what he thinks about that. Yeah, let's go with this one.
In the end, the guests settled on the warrior's sword.
So, your dream is to become a warrior?
I just really want to be able to keep people safe.
Yep.
If my time in Nodcry taught me anything, it's that a lot of problems in this world can only be settled by strength of arms. As long as I can help people, that's enough for me.
You're doing a great job already. Even though you concerned me with burning the wildlife in the beginning of this quest.
Really? But I don't think it's enough.
Alright. Sayonara. Good night. Alright. We gotta attend the birthday celebration. Here we go.
Alright. They should let us in now that we've got a gift, right?
Hello there. Brought a gift this time?
The newly arrived guest presented his gift, wishing the little dragon a future as an indomitable warrior. Accepting the guest's blessing, the Story Witch invited him and his friends to take their place around the table. Finally, she could introduce them all to her dragon child, telling all in attendance about the moment of his hatching, and of course, the name he'd been given. It was then that the Seer Witch, diviner of the stars, withdrew her gaze from the heavens and turned a sorrowful glance upon the little dragon.
You gave him the same name as that evil dragon?
That's right. But the life I intend for him shall be very different.
What folly, to love so blindly. For as you must know, a name is the mirror of destiny itself. He who bears an evil dragon's name must also inherit the fate of its previous owner. His fate has been foretold.
Then I'll rewrite it. The witches at the table fell silent, for they knew the Seer Witch's words had never once proven wrong. Yet, just as clearly, they recognized the Story Witch's resolve, for there is scarce a force in this world more fearsome than a mother's love. At last, the Merry Witch stepped forward, dispelling the uneasy silence.
So be it. Then we'll all lend a hand. Together, we shall rewrite this child's fate.
It is very ominous.
You mean to defy one of the fundamental rules of this world?
I refuse to be shackled by such rules. Besides, this is a witches' gathering, is it not? What could be more fitting a subject for this occasion than to defy them?
Oh? Sounds like an interesting experiment.
I suppose, were we to succeed in this endeavor, we might bring a touch of wonder to this otherwise dreary sky of stars.
The Merry Witch finally talked them all round, just like she had done many times before. Warm and strong as the sun she was, so much so, in fact, that those who her light shined down upon had no choice but to bask in it. And so the witches readied their gifts, 3 marvels of the cosmos.
For this child, I shall decipher the ravings of the heavens and lay bare before him the trickery of fate.
For this child, I shall leave a formula powerful enough to unravel the very origins of this world, that he may seek another solution for the conundrum of his life.
Nothing is ever truly written in stone until the moment has happened. Yeah, I can agree with that. We're gonna see what happens here, but yeah.
For this child, I shall call upon wondrous magic to make possible his impossible wish.
You know, I'm a little bit curious as to why they didn't give Alice her weird-looking hat thing for her Dodoko form. Because she's got a normal hat there, but when she is not in Dodoko form, she has that hat that makes absolutely no sense. I don't care how many times we see her, I'm gonna keep mentioning that because it is just so weird to me.
All the Story Witch had was the pen in her hand, yet with the love that flowed from it, she resolved to bring forth a marvel of her own. For this child, I shall leave behind the last story I will ever write, and with it, a path to an ending yet untold. With the witch's blessings given and received, the little dragon's fate at last began to turn. In the midst of the dragon child's birthday celebration, the seer witch proclaimed her prophecy. The child had been given the evil dragon's name, and with it, the burden of its fate. But hearing this, the Story Witch vowed to rewrite it all, for such was her love and resolve. And so the other witches offered their gifts in turn, marvels as rare as any in the cosmos. Together, they sought to test one of the fundamental laws of this world, in part to support a mother's love, and in part to sate their own curiosity. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our new guests came bearing blessings of their own. Who knows? Perhaps this extra bit of courage might be all the little dragon needs to change his fate.
The witches readied their gifts, 3 marvels of the cosmos. Alright. Oh, we're back in the regular world.
Yep. Looks like we've completed this chapter, too. Those witches in the story were the mages of the Hexen Circle, right? They sure seem to care a lot about you, Durin.
No kidding.
But, Paimon kinda had trouble following their conversation. Just a bunch of mystery, as usual.
The evil dragon's fate.
Oh, is that what you're worried about? But didn't we already take care of that?
Yeah, after what happened in Simulanka.
Ah, the mages must have had a hand in that, too. Also, I was just thinking, which part of the story are we even meant to be completing?
Oh,
That's a good question.
it feels less like we're filling in the gaps and more like we're adding something new altogether. But we use the ink, right? And the book hasn't given us any more clues, so that must mean our task is complete. At least for now.
Yeah, I guess we're doing something right.
Don't worry.
Maybe I'm overthinking things. It's just, this is my mother's final wish, so I don't want to mess it up.
I don't think you will.
Anyway, thanks for all your help. I'll let you know as soon as the book reveals a hint about the next chapter.
Okay then. See you in the next chapter.
This is a short quest today. Okay, because yesterday was much longer, so now we gotta wait till tomorrow. Yeah, it might be too short of a stream, you know, and I'm just gonna bring you around wherever anyways. Show you some cool stuff. Okay. We are talking about Durin here. I think where... Hold on. Trying to remember...
Hear that? The heavens are whispering to all living things. It's time for bed now.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That was oddly short. I think I have all the events done for the moment too. Okay, it isn't here. Where was it? There's a place on this mountain, and it's been so long since I've like explored Dragon's Vine where you actually can find Sleeping Durin's heart, and it's still going. I remember where it was. But that's okay. Was it down here? No, that's a house. That's odd. Wait a second. I think it was over here. I think you're wrong. He's down this way. Ah, yes, this looks correct. There was a cave, wasn't there? Oh? Oh, it's down here. Ah, there he is. This is old Durin. Yeah, I'm just taking you on an adventure. So this is, technically speaking, this is evil Durin's heart right here. It's very nice. I forgot. It's been so long since I've been down here. I don't fully remember the entire story. I know Albedo hangs out down here a lot, though. This is Tainari, by the way. But yeah. So, Evil Dragon Man is still here. He's just very asleep. And bony looking, I guess. So, yeah. That's where he hangs out. And... what do you think here? I guess I can show you... hold on here.
Keep up.
Where did that chest go? Oh, I lost it. There's a chest up here somewhere, and I saw it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, watch this. Ready?
Frostbite. Frozen. Crisp.
Sharing my knowledge.
This is what it's like fighting with Tainari. You have to have the right people. And then they just die, and it's great. Oh, I missed.
Keep up.
Now, of course, obviously, my characters are like basically like the highest level they could possibly be.
Splendid! More interesting
But it's all good.
trinkets for me.
So yeah, that's a little bit on how Tainari plays. If you do wonder where you actually find him for like the first time, if I remember correctly, Sumeru, he hangs out down here in Gandharvaville. So when you first like enter Sumeru, it's like right around here, or actually no, I think it's, where was it? It's been so long. Is it either? I think it might have been up here, and then you end up down there, and that's where you find Tainari for the first time. Since he's my favorite guy. You prefer melee? Well, most characters are melee. Well, some of them are off-fielders, but a lot of them,
Such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
but a lot of them, like, use a sword. So, like, Farina actually uses a sword, but she's, for the most part, an off-fielder, so that's why, like, when she does come out, it's very, very quick. Let me show you some of the... Do I have a favorite Pyro character? I do, actually. And that would be Hu Tao here. She's my favorite. When it comes to Pyro characters, for the longest time, she was the best one in the game. She isn't anymore, but that's okay. Like, she's still one of my favorites, considering, like, one of my best friends in actual life. Like, she uses Hu Tao all the time, so whenever I see Hu Tao, I think of her. Another character I really like... His name is, I know, it looks like gaming, but his name is actually Ga Ming. And he has a really cool play style as well. Actually, I'll bring him out so you can kind of see what he's all about. Oh, the Ghosty? Yeah, so Hu Tao's a really interesting character because she kind of has her own like speech patterns in the game. But to put it simply, she is a funeral parlor director. So that's why she's so huge into ghosts, because she quite literally works with the dead. So that would explain a few things. Oh, where'd he go? This guy.
Justice.
And then... So it sounds like you're kind of going to be new to this game. I would highly recommend you get this character.
I'll bring my
She has a different outfit, and you actually get one for free towards the beginning of the game. But, like, she's going to get you through so much. And then, let me see here for a support character. Grab Kazuo.
All right, let's head.
So let me go find a good spot to kind of show you what Gaming's all about. He's really cool. I am not by any means a Gaming main. I've only let him out a few times. Trying to just think off the top of my head where a good spot to really show him off would be. B? No. Where's that? It's around here, I think. There's a group of enemies. I'm trying to remember exactly where they
Great
were.
weather for practicing martial arts, but perfect weather for reading.
Yeah, this is
What's
Bookman.
that ridiculous look for? You look as if you're trying to decipher some strange text written on my forehead.
Most of the time, I can't pronounce his name correctly. I'm pretty sure it's like Singcho. There's something like that. Where's the enemies? The Tanuki? So no, so... Chongling has... His name was Guoba. And Guoba is a very interesting... I'm gonna go see if there's any enemies by this chest over here. Guoba is not really a Tanuki.
Time to act.
He's a different kind of character. I don't really want to, like, say too much, because Guoba is probably, in my opinion, one of the most surprising characters in the story.
Direct assault. What you got?
Oh. Okay, buddy, that was the wrong way.
Into the wind.
Eat this! Zuma, get them!
Congratulations.
So he uses a claymore. And he's, a lot of the times, as you can kind of see, he's very show-offy.
Many happy returns.
And the cool thing about Gaming here is that also, like, you can kind of see he's lit up like that, is that he has different, his outfit actually changed when he's during the day and at nighttime.
Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Guoba's not really a raccoon either. I kind of describe Guoba as kind of like a little bear, almost. Here, let me see.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
There he is. So that's Guoba. So he's not really a raccoon, and he's not really a Tanuki. He's very... The claymore, you mean? Yeah, that's what Gaming uses. Gaming uses the claymore. So that's what he uses. So that's why when you do see him fighting, he's very showy about it. Be more? Be more. I don't know what a B-more is, but I know what a claymore is. That's a giant sword. Like that. He can spin around and he can do all kinds of cool things with that. There's his sword. But hold on, let me show you Hu Tao real quick too. Hu Tao is a very specific, I am not the best Gaming person. I barely let him out, so.
Good eye.
Let's see. This is Hu Tao. Okay. Hu Tao is a 5-star. So, she has, her animations are a little bit different than a 4-star than Gaming is, and you'll probably notice that pretty quickly. I think here, where's a good spot to kind of show her off? I guess kind of down here. So, that's alright. It's all good. So, okay. So Hu Tao essentially puts herself on fire because the more she's close to death, the more damage she does. So,
There you are.
The wind knows me.
Your toes! No, my sword.
oh, there she is. So Hu Tao here, as you can kind of tell, she uses a claymore. And you can kind of already tell, like, she basically sets herself on fire when she attacks. Oh, Hu Tao? So she temporarily kind of has this, like, cool animation where when you make her run, she kind of just appears like that. But it's only when you, like, are just starting to run she does that. There is other characters, though, that... Let me show you. Ayaka and Mona have this special animation.
This is destiny.
And theirs is very similar.
I await your instruction.
But theirs is actually more so for them to hide from enemies. So, like, when you have Ayaka run, this is what she looks like. She's just... Yeah, there she is. She's basically the ground, but she turns into ice like that. So she doesn't necessarily have a run animation. Mona has very much the same thing, where you make her run and she is a puddle of water. So she can, like, run around and, like, be hidden. Sometimes the enemies will find her. That's just one of her abilities where when she gets close like that, at C1, she'll just put that down. Ayaka can't do that, but that's, you know. She is also a main DPS, Ayaka here is, versus Mona is very much a support. So, Ayaka also usually looks different than this. She has another outfit that you see her in. You also don't see her until you end up in Inazuma, so... For me, that was the third region I was in. And Ayaka uses a sword, as you can kind of see, where Mona might be a little harder to explain exactly. Her weapon's that book. Yeah. So she attacks like this when she's normally attacking. And then obviously, like, she has these cool animations. Like, for example, you can do this with her where you do her ultimate. And she has an animation like this, and she can cause some damage. Mona's mostly all about, like, causing different, elemental... Yeah, so you think of Mona as, like, she's very magical, like... And there are other characters that are like that, too, as well. I'll show you, Kokomi real quick here, too. So this is Kokomi.
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
You kind of saw it with Nahida a little bit as well.
There's still so many places for us to explore.
I think. Sucrose. She does this as well. So you can kind of see. So, like, you know, she, catalysts, that's what they're called. So the characters that have, like, floating objects, they're called catalysts. So, like, and they're not all books, just so you know. Like, Nahida's main weapon actually looks like a lamp. I just don't have it, so she has a book. Hers is... Her main weapon, which I also don't have, her signature weapon, is this weird-looking pretty thing. And it's not a book, but I gave her a book. I think here. Hers is... Yeah. My Catalyst characters may not seem all that interesting, since they all have books, but they're very powerful. So, like... of course there's no enemies around here.
You must prepare for hardship.
Oh, Kokomi's not going to do much damage to them down there. Oh, that's alright, I guess. Kokomi is a healer. So, for a long time, she was one of the best healers in the game. So, like, she can attack. Not that she can't. She's not gonna do any damage to these guys because they're Hydro Slime, so they're purely, Hydro Elementals, so she can't do anything to them. But that's okay, because Nahida here can. She can just look at them, and then do that, and then you can bring out Sucrose, and she can do this. And then cause problems, and it's great. So, Yeah, those are your magical characters. So you got characters that kind of have, like, all kinds of different weapon types. So, like I said, Utao is your polearm user. Literally. Albedo, he's a sword user. You know, another polearm user, sword user, polearm user, sword user, sword user. So, like, and some characters actually dual wield. I don't really mess with those characters all that much because I have a little bit of a hard time with them. Actually, I think it's more so because I don't have any of them, but that's fine. Oh, hold on. I got an interesting Catalyst user, actually, now that I just remembered. This is Mualani, and that's her signature weapon right there. Yeah, so Catalyst can have some interesting looking signature weapons as well. So they're not all books. She has that. It doesn't bite people, if you're wondering. That'd actually be pretty cool, though. But, yeah, so there is some, you know. Oh! If you're just starting in the game, my guess is you're gonna probably end up with a character like D-Luke, and as you can kind of tell, he's also a Claymore user. So, big gigantic sword that is basically the size of him. So, that all works out. It's gonna be a while before you see Goro. He's a bow user, but you probably will end up, if you're like starting Genshin, with Diona, and I highly suggest you use her. Even if you don't like bow characters, Diona has a really good Mualani really does have a cute Catalyst, and I'm pretty sure she's the only Catalyst character where I actually have her main weapon. Her signature weapon, actually. But Diona here, and yes, if you're wondering, that is a shaker on her back. Diona here is really good at shielding, and she's good at healing. So she's probably going to be one of your first, like, healers. Besides Barbara. You're going to get Barbara early on, too, if you haven't played Genshin before. You like bows, you just suck with them. I mean, I won't lie, like, my first bow character was Diona. And I got pretty good at bows with Diona. And I think, you know, when you first start Genshin, you know, many Genshin players will tell you, like, oh yeah, you start with Amber. And you do get Amber. And I sucked with Amber. So just don't, like, judge right off the bat bow characters on playing Amber. Because she was tricky for me at first. I didn't get bow characters until I started, actually, like, playing around with Diona a little bit here. And Fischl. Fischl's another really good character if you're, like, just starting out. The way that she utilizes Oz. And, I mean, me personally, I feel like they need to have some more cool Electro characters for a long time there. Like, Fischl was my only Electro character, so anytime I had to, like, work with Electro, it was like, okay, I gotta bring out Fischl. And I guess I also learned how to mess with bows from Fischl as well. So, like, it's not so bad once you get used to it. Like, for sure, when I first started playing Genshin, I couldn't fight to save my life. So, like, you know, you get into these battles and you have to switch characters so rapidly to start the different reactions, and it's like, okay, some of them are off-field, some of them are whatever, others, you know, are a whole other thing, so it's like, okay. Like, it's a lot at first. If you're wondering, no, Nahida's not the only child. I know I showed you, Klee yesterday. This is Yao Yao. You find her mostly around events. So there's other child characters. But there is no little boys. There's only little girls. So, you know, you got Klee, you got Yao Yao, you got Nahida, Dori. I don't know if Dori technically is a child, I'm gonna be honest, considering, she might just be a very short person, honestly. I'm not really sure. Let me go find. Yeah, this is Amber, by the way. I very rarely bring her out, but there are some situations where I do actually bring her out. But where is Dori? Oh yeah, there's also Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's a child, too. She's kind of dead, but that's okay. She's doing great. So, don't worry about Chi-Chi. Who else is there? Sayu, you see Sayu as well. Let's see. Morons. Yeah, this is Dory. So I can't really tell you if Dory is a child or not. I don't really know. But funny enough, when it comes to voice acting, Dory's Japanese voice actor, I think, is the loudest, that she, like, talks the most or something. So, like, Japanese Dory just talks a lot, so that's pretty cool. I never used Dory. It'd be interesting, I guess, to see if there's any Dory mains out there, so, yeah. But if you're wondering, no, I don't level up all these characters. Most of the time, it's characters that I enjoy playing, like, I like their playstyle, for example, but, yeah. So you kind of see these characters all over the place, different places. Some of them have very unique styles, some of them are very,
It's gone.
not.
Can I go take a look?
Archons tend to kind of help you out in the world, especially, like, when you first get Venti. If you get Venti, I don't actually have him. But apparently, like, way back in the day, like, Venti was super helpful, especially when you had to get up on high ledges, because, like, as you can kind of tell, like, I've played a while, so, like, I have that meter you can kind of see on the left, on the right of Sucrose there, and that pretty much tells you, like, how much stamina they have. When you first start Genshin, you only have, like, how easy is it to get Gaming? So Gaming, there's gonna be an event called Lantern Rite, which I think is coming up in, like, 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. Wait, let me check that. Oh! Well, it's coming in about 9 days. So from that, you should, if you're able to catch up, you should be able to get Gaming, because there's a selection thing, if I remember correctly, and from that you can select him if you want Gaming. The other way to get Gaming is, so I kind of showed you the banner here. He's on the banner right now, as you can see, so to kind of help you read this, Varessa and Jalonen are the 2 5-stars that are temporarily on the banner. And so they're the big main person that you see there. And then the 3 on the side are the 4-stars that have a higher chance of showing up. So Gaming at the moment has a higher chance of showing up. Now, the thing about Gaming is that he's best at Constellation 6. I never tried him at Constellation 0, which is probably what you'll get him at. And, technically speaking, you can always get Gaming. So, even though he doesn't show up with a higher chance of showing up on this banner, there's always a chance of getting him. So, like, you can be just, like, pulling because you're like, oh, I want the 5-star, and he can randomly show up. It is also, like, I guess, like, if you're pulling, for example, on your standard banner here, which is a whole other thing, he can also randomly show up on there as well. So, pretty much you can get Gaming at any time, but it's also said that 4-stars can be more difficult to get than 5-stars, oddly enough, because it's really random if you'll get him or not. Oh, speaking of which, I did kind of mention that he has a whole outfit change. You might get started on it tonight. Let me know how that one goes. It's, you're gonna have to get through Mondstadt first. Gaming tends to show up more around events. So, usually around Lantern Rite, you'll probably see him. So it doesn't show up typically in the main, like, story.
Is there time to sneak in some dim sum first?
And he's very into dim sum. Let's see. He's gonna work well with Bookman, so, like, kind of to create sort of a starter team, I guess, for you. If you are able to get Bookman, he's also 4-star, so he can show up at any time.
For justice.
He's a really good character to start with. Yeah, I know you mean start playing tonight. think here. Another good character, obviously, would be her.
I can't wait any longer!
And as a support, bring out Diona real quick. You're gonna get, like, some other characters to play around with as well. Barbara's actually a really good starter when it comes to if you need a hydro support. So she can create some really good reactions for you. Diona, if you end up lucky and you get Diona, she's gonna be a great shield. So, like, this would probably be about, like, a pretty good, like, starter team, I guess. The cool thing about Gaming here, let's see if I can actually get him to do it. Oh, I think I gotta get his ultimate up, because when his ultimate comes up, that's when you see his entire outfit like start glowing. So let me just go see if I can find something to kind of show how he like lights up. I guess there's some down here. Go and show a little bit. See if I can get his energy up. My Gaming is actually completely built. I'm just very bad at actually utilizing how he plays, so... yeah. And he's supposed to be a lion dancer. So, like... in case it's a little hard to tell. That's actually what he's doing.
Want to taste of my hammer?
See if I can just get that up for him. Then you can bring out Diona. She'll create that shield.
Rain outlines your fate.
Utilize him to create the water blades that are around him. So not only are you damaging them in 2 different ways, you're now creating a reaction that's quite literally vaporizing them.
Up to it, Masai.
Is he getting right out? Oh, it might be close to morning, which is why his outfit's not changing. Oh, come here. Oh, there you go. It's a little bit of, like, actually using him. I don't know why his outfit didn't change, though. I wonder if they changed that. For a while there, he had the, I wonder if it's the time, actually. What time is it in Genshin? No. So you can change the time in Genshin around time. He used to have an outfit change, and maybe I'm just really bad at it. That could be very much it, because I'm not a gaming main. He... you can get him too. Oh yeah, he also has some of the best animations in the game, even though he's a 5 or 4-star. So he'll just do his little idle animation.
Congratulations!
He doesn't want to, but he used to turn blue. So during the day, he'd have that orangey color to him, and then at night, he used to have a, like, blue lighting to him. It could literally just be because I'm really bad at him. Maybe I'm just not pushing the right buttons to get him to, but that's okay. So, try one more time here, just to see if I can get him to change colors. And if not, that's okay. I hope that you have a good time, like, playing. I should be on tomorrow to, do more days of Durin, so if you have any questions, I should be able to answer them for you. Speaking of which, because you're more than likely going to get Barbara, just to kind of show you Barbara. Mine is not leveled up fully, but she's gonna help you out a lot.
I'll take care of it.
Who would you most likely get? Like, obviously this 4-star is basically a 5-star. That's how good he is. You might get... I don't know if you'll get Sucrose for free at this point.
At the ready.
Kinda show you Amber. I'm not good at Amber in any sense. Another character you'll see. I showed you Mona. I showed you... I'll keep Cooking Lady, because you should get Cooking Lady for free, and you're gonna want her in your team pretty much all the time. So just a little show-off of Barbara and Amber. So Barbara, is a catalyst user. So the way that she works,
Let the show begin.
she brings this out, and that does make it so that she's wet. So if you're going against, just so this doesn't surprise you, if you're in Dragonspine or anywhere that's gonna cause, like, any enemy that causes, like, pyro damage, you're gonna freeze. Literally. So you're gonna freeze, but that should help you, like, heal and whatnot. So when she's out and she has, like, this going on, she should be able to heal you. So, like, when she's attacking, like this, for example, and you're hurt, she's gonna heal you. So she's gonna be your first healer, and she's gonna, you know, help you out quite a bit at first. Barb is also a little bit special for a 4-star. Because unlike most 4-stars, we'll see if she still has it, which she still should, when you use her ultimate, she's going to have an animation that a 5-star would normally have. So they put a lot of detail into Barbara at first. You don't see her all that much anymore.
I wonder when I'll be as tall.
But in the
as
beginning,
my
she's going to
big
help you.
sister.
So what it looks like
Ready, steady, go!
is this. And what that would do, does she heal the party? Yes. So that animation I just showed you is the big animation where she heals your party. Now, I think if she's at C6, I could be wrong. Mine isn't. She's close, but she's not. I think. Balls. Yeah. So if you have her at C6, if you want to be a Barbara main, she can actually revive a person in your party. So that's kind of cool about her.
Everyone is working super
So-
hard. We should be too.
Besides, oh, right. Hold on. I just thought of something. You're gonna... The character you've seen, me
There's
play.
still a long road ahead.
And you get to choose, like in the way beginning of the story, you get to choose between Lumine and Ether. This is Lumine. Lumine and Ether have very little differences. Ether is the guy character, and they're technically twins. So you can choose Ether, or you can choose Lumine. Lumine is better at attack. Ether is more defensive. Just a cool little thing about them. And otherwise known as the Traveler, I'm just gonna show you what it's like, because you're gonna be starting the story in Mondstadt here. And, not to spoil this, but of course I didn't set my Traveler to Animo. Let me go set her to Animo. There we go. So when you start with Traveler, because you're gonna be Traveler, and then you're gonna have Amber. That's what you're gonna start with, basically, because you're gonna meet Amber, like, way in the beginning of the story. You're gonna get Amber. This is kind of what the abilities look like, where you can kind of go up to people and literally, like, basically cause, like, a wind tunnel, and it causes them to essentially, like, you can do a bunch of, like, damage that way. She also causes a tornado. Amber, I still suck at Amber, but this is what she's kind of like. She can create little bombs. So you can throw that out, and it's like a little bomb. And then, for her, it's hold and shoot. And she causes fire damage. Well, I shot that accidentally, but that exists. Yes, and pyro characters cause the ground to catch on fire. You might accidentally kill yourself like that a few times. I did. That's okay. And her ultimate is more like this.
No escape.
So she'll cause an area to rain down on fire. But
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Amber is not the strongest character. And that is okay. We all love Amber. She tries hard, and she's a great character. Just maybe a little hard to play. But somebody actually did go through the whole game with Amber. I don't know if they actually got through the more recent things, but they went through the whole game with just Amber, and I'm not sure how they did that, but that's magical on them, I guess. I could never do it. Another character you're gonna get for free in the way beginning is Kaya.
Oh, I'm looking.
You're gonna be utilizing Kaya probably a lot. He's gonna be your cryo user. So, like, quite literally, he just causes people to be hit by Cryo. So obviously when you combine him with Barbara, causes things to freeze. These enemies are probably too high level for my Barbara, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Go, Barbara, let the show begin.
So she can cause them to vaporize, and then you freeze them. And there you go. And then you can use his ultimate. And now everybody's freezing, and it's great. And then you can heal people. And then you can just bring them back out and freeze more people. And there you go. That is how those two can work together. And you want to stick Amber out there, you can do that too. Just throw that out there and we leave them alone, and eventually they'll blow up if they step in the right spot. If they step in the right space, and it's great. I may have missed, but that's fine. And we just bring them out, and they freeze, and then you can bring out Cooking Lady, and they can catch on fire. And there we go. That is a little tutorial on some of the characters that you get for free in the way beginning, so that you kind of have an idea as to what you're doing. Who else? So yeah, those are probably the big guys you're gonna get in the beginning, is for free at least. You don't need to work. You get to a certain part of the story, and you get these guys like super early on. And then the rest are all down to the gacha system. So just biggest advice I would give is if you're trying to get a specific character, and you can kind of see the primo gems up there that I have in the top right corner, I just save them until until a character I really want shows up on the banner. And then I will pull for that character. So when Columbina comes out, I'm going to be pulling for Columbina, for example. Or Nouvelette, when he comes back in the banner, I'm pulling for him. And you can use the same idea if you want a specific 4-star and they have a higher chance of showing up. That is actually how I got Mr. Friendly. I originally was not trying to get Mr. Friendly. No. I was trying to get this character because she had a higher chance of showing up on the banner, and I needed to get her to C6, but instead Albedo kept showing up. So I never got her. Then eventually I got her, but it took a while. But yeah. So that's my biggest advice for this. Now, standard banner is a different story. You can use primos on it, but I'd highly suggest you don't. And the 5 stars that are in here are always in here. So, Chi-Chi, Kaching, Mona, Tainari, D-Luke. I don't remember if they put a Geo character in here. I thought they did. And I can't remember who it was. It's not Shiori. But anyways, yeah, there's a bunch of characters in here. So if you're really smart about saving your primos so you don't have to spend like a lot of actual money trying to get these characters, and their weapons. And by the way, some 5 stars, you don't want to give them their signature weapon. It doesn't do them any good. You actually, like, for certain characters, like my Albedo, I don't actually have his signature weapon. I actually use a 3-star weapon, which is technically not very strong, but it works for him. So, yeah. He has a 4-star weapon. I was not present for that when that event came through, so this is what he's got. And he does just fine. So, yeah. Anyways. For tomorrow, I should be on at around 9 p.m. We gotta continue our days of Durin. If you have any questions, I can answer them to the best of my ability. Give you some tips that I figured out as well. So, yeah. See you guys tomorrow, and good night. Whee! I gotta turn on my controller, turn off the controller so I can use the keyboard.